insane, so I have to find something to put underneath it. And I thought that I'm going to start this series where I share with you guys my favorite places to do anything in the city. So I lived there, I mean, for close to 10 years, and I mean, I took advantage of everything, but I never really kind of like share them when I was doing them with you guys. And since, you know, I'm probably going to, not probably, since I'm moving away very soon within the next couple of months, I thought, why not make like an NYC series where I share with you the places to do my favorite things. So today we are going to start with my favorite places to shoot in Soho, to take photos. And when I mean photos, I mean street style photos. So every time I shoot, I'm going to take you to that location, or I'll just go to the location myself and kind of like show you around and show you my favorite spots. Now that I am kind of like leaving, I don't mind sharing these spots with you, because the thing about New York City, once you share your spots, next thing you know, they're like overtaken by everyone, and then you can barely go there anymore. And I will be starting with the #1 spot to shoot in New York City, which is Soho, because it is the most versatile neighborhood in New York City. Like, you have the architecture, you have the color doors, you literally have everything. You have the street, you have the cobblestone. Like, Soho will give you everything that you need. So every time you are in doubt about where to shoot in the city for your outfits, I would say Soho is probably the spot that you want to go to. But today I do have my shoot over here, and I wouldn't say I recommend it. I mean, the client wanted it here, which is fine, but if I was to pick, I typically let my clients, you know, pick their spots for the photos, unless it's something kind of like out of the ordinary, then I wouldn't go. I mean, I would change it or would decline. But I would say about 90% of my clients always pick Soho. I love about there, you could literally take a million photos in Soho and everything will look different, because every street corner, not even like every street, have like a different vibe to it. But even just like a block over, like on the same street, looks completely different. And then also you have so many options in terms of if you want the background to be darker or if you want it to be neutral. It depends on what you're wearing. Like, I feel like it doesn't matter what you're wearing, then Soho will be the spot for you, because you would have so many options to kind of like do everything that you want to do. So I highly recommend Soho. And I will be sharing with you my favorite street to shoot, which is Green Street, and it's Green Street and I think Spring, which is in front of the YSL. In front of the YSL is probably my favorite because it's a neutral, you can never go wrong with it. My second fave, it's Mercer. I would say Mercer is probably my top one, because on Mercer you have like so many options. You have by Isabel Marant, and you also have this kind of like gray building. I think it's Mercer in Spring. You have that kind of like beautiful kind of like grayish blue building background. So that way, if you don't want something completely neutral in terms of like off-white or white, you can have that option there. So yes, I'm going to be taking you along with me, because I will be heading downtown very soon. I mean, once I'm done with my shoot, which should be very fast. This client and I, most of my clients honestly shoot very fast. We don't really kind of like waste time or spend a lot of time shooting, which is something that I love. And especially if you, I guess, like a blogger, you kind of like know the name of the game. You know time is money. You do not want to waste your time all day shooting, because honestly shooting is exhausting. I'm not going to lie to you. As a blogger myself, when I do it for myself, and I'm just like, that's one of the reasons why I was never consistent, to be quite honest, is because it is exhausting. But I'm not going to be off topic like I tend to be. That's good. I've been catching myself quite a bit lately. Every time I'm trying to be off topic, I'm like, stay on topic. So again, Soho is my favorite neighborhood to shoot, so I will be taking you to Soho with me. So do let me know what other like places or things you would like to see from this series. I will come up with a list. I will write them down so that way I'm organized. I forgot to bring my journal, but that is okay. We will get it done. Okay guys, I am in Soho. I'm about to show you. I forgot. The #1 street to shoot in Soho is Crosby Street. It's the most famous street with like bloggers and everything. Everyone who's a blogger who's in New York have shot here. And case in point, you already see bloggers over here shooting. And look at the architecture. And during the week is better to shoot during the week, obviously, because the cars can't really park on the street, which is why it's kind of like perfect for that. But it makes it easy to just get parking on the weekend. But I would say if you want to shoot in Soho, try to shoot during the week, because there's no car in the street, and then you just have like the empty street with like the best background. Because during the weekend, all over here will be like boarded with cars on both sides of the street. And look at this beautiful cafe that's outside, bloomies and everything. It just looks so cute. But I am going to show you the spot. In that spot, honestly, it doesn't matter what kind of outfit you're wearing, you always look good. And which is the normal Soho. So I am walking you there, but as you can see, the entire Crosby Street has some of the most beautiful architecture. As you can see, like in Soho, it's more like the fire escape. The fire escape is just like part of the architecture, but as you can see, it's beautiful. I love Crosby Street. It's not my favorite to shoot myself, but it is my favorite to shoot my clients, because that street, it always works. That's what I love about it. It always works. It does not matter. Most of the time, it really doesn't matter what you're wearing. You always get like the most amazing results. Throughout the series, I am going to try to be as stable as possible during this whole process. I didn't bring the little tripod today, but I will try to bring it with me for the rest of the series. And yeah, I guess I'll show you when I'm in Crosby Street. And we are approaching one of my favorite corners to shoot on Crosby Street. So whenever I'm shooting and then we're kind of like tired of that little kind of like building that everyone shoots at, this is the corner that I take my clients if they want kind of like a neutral kind of like background. So it's right here between Grand and Crosby, which is this building right here. So this is one of the most beautiful buildings, one of my favorite spots to shoot. As you can see, architecture is like, oh, amazing. Sometimes you just forget and not look. So it's right across the street, the citizenry. So I don't have a number for it, but this is across street, Grand and Crosby. So you can't really miss it. As like I said, it's like one of the most beautiful building. Okay, so it's number 134, and I would say that's on 134 Grand Street if you want to come over here. So this is the side that I always shoot my client if I want like a neutral background. Sometimes I'll do this one as well because it's beautiful. I will show you when I'm across the street, but this is the #1 reason why people come here, is just that little background over here. It's just like one of the most beautiful. But before we get here, let me turn around and show you. So as you can see, it's just the most beautiful. So I love this whenever I'm kind of like done using this side. So I usually bring my client on this side if they have more outfits and they want something neutral. I sometimes shoot on that brick wall. It depends what they're wearing. I sometimes try those brown ones, but this is the #1 attraction. Like, if you're shooting here, you kind of like must shoot in the middle of the street, because you just have like, I'm also going to be including some pictures of these areas, of like pictures that I've taken perhaps of my client. As you can see, it's gonna give you the most beautiful background. I just love it. You cannot go on with it. Like, whether it's overexposed or underexposed, it's just the most beautiful kind of like street style look. And then the other thing that's great here, once you've done that here, you can come here and actually do the normal SOHO, the most famous Greenery Arch tree over here. As you can see over here, is just the most stunning thing. And you must come to SOHO and actually take pictures over here. This is one of my favorite. It never fails. It's just like, this will give you the dreamiest. Everyone will be asking, where are you? But by now everyone knows about the spot anyways. And then the great thing about shooting here by Nomo Soho, it's that the hotel is very friendly. You can actually go in and change your outfit as many times as you want to. They're like one of the most friendliest hotels ever. So even before the pandemic, they were friendly like that. It's the place that whenever we shoot in Soho, we always come in here to change our outfit. So I would say this is probably the #1 spot to start with. And then once you've done this spot, which is the greenery, and then you've done this spot, which is the middle of the street, now if your client has more outfit, you can also just do this kind of like black slide. I tried to kind of like, I'm gonna show you what I like to try to do. Like, this is just beautiful because I kind of love all the columns when you take photos. And you can also have your client stand in the street if you want to take both the red and the black together. And if your client is shooting even more outfits, that is no problem at all, because you can actually turn around on Howard Street and take some more photos in front of the 11 Howard Hotel. This is another place where you can actually go change. I don't know how they are now, which is that white building on that corner over there. So this is a place where you can actually, I wish I had somewhere to like put my camera as I'm talking to you. That white building over there, that's the 11 Howard Hotel. That's one of the hotels like all the bloggers used to always stay here when they come to New York. So you can actually change in there. We've actually shot in there. It's just beautiful. So you have that. And then this is the Maison Margiela store. As you can see, it's beautiful. Sometimes I have my clients stand right here or on the side. It really doesn't matter. It depends on the direction of the sun. So that's the first spot, I would say. Oops. Not under the construction. So that's my favorite. Actually, let me take you, I'll go this way so I can show you another favorite. Okay guys, this is another little gem. It is by the Guild. It's a restaurant, and then it's also like a homeware store on the inside as well. It's on Howard Street and Mercer. So this is a place that not a lot of people know about for, like, you know, taking beautiful photos. As you can see, it typically have like beautiful, I love her outfit by the way, she's looking so Dior. But this is a spot to take photos if you are. But this over here, you can probably only take like just one outfit, because I can't really see anywhere else, because everywhere else is just kind of like it's just whatever. But this is a spot to keep in mind if you want to like some beautiful kind of like greenery things in the background. Like, even before they had stuff outside, it still had the beautiful greenery on the outside. So this is like a beautiful corner to keep in mind. And now let's move on to the next. This is what I mean when I say SOHO is the most versatile, because if you are tired of the kind of like the grays and the whites, the neutrals, you can actually come here. This is the corner of Grand and Mercer Street, where you have this beautiful kind of like reddish like column store. This is a KENZO store for reference if you want to come here. So if you're looking for something super punky, a lot of my clients will like have kind of like very edgy, kind of like over the top, very unique style. Love this wall for that. Again, this is not my favorite. I don't really care for it. But like I said, if your style is kind of like more punky and you're looking for something like this, do not forget. So that is on the corner of Grand and Mercer. And let me take you to my actually favorite spot to shoot on Mercer Street. If you're looking for something dark, you can actually use the Kate Spade store background. It is on Mercer. What is the street? In Broome Street. So like I said, if you're looking for something that's, you know, a little bit like a dark grayish but not black, this is what to consider. And you're not gonna take the picture straight on. I usually take it from an angle, so that way all you see is all the gray columns. So that's why I like to see my picture. This is the corner that I was referring to. It's Mercer and Spring. This is probably my favorite building to shoot next to, because OMG, this gives you the most beautiful background and lighting. And I like to do it from this other angle, from like here. And I don't even know what store it is. I don't think it's been a store, to be quite honest. It's like empty, but it's just so beautiful. Like I said, my two favorite corners are kind of like Mercer and Spring. This is it. Like if you're looking for like the perfect background, this background goes with like any outfit that you shoot. Like it does not matter, it goes with your outfit. So yeah, guys, in Soho now with Sweetie. If you wonder who takes my photos, it's Sweetie. She's so freaking good. So if you're looking for a photographer, highly jump on her DMs ASAP.
Okay. It's gonna be busy and booked.
Exactly. I'll leave your tag below.
Okay. See you guys soon.
So guys, so this is the next favorite spot of mine to take photos, especially if you're looking for like a neutral background. The YSL store is that spot. It's on Green and Spring Street, and it's right here. As you can see, it's all white, and then you can take beautiful photos. And then the good thing also, it has those green bushes over here that are really cool. The angle that I always love taking photo is always have my client standing like right here, and then I take it from this angle. As you can see, they didn't have this like kind of like ugly board thing over there, but it is now. And sometimes you can also have them sit here, but again, all that is kind of like messing it up. And then if you go over here also, it's still really cute over here to take some photos. But to be quite honest, I hardly ever use that spot. I typically always use the YSL spot, because again, if you're looking for the white, I would say YSL is probably the way to go, or Isabel Marant will be the next. This is my other favorite spot, that Isabel Marant. Not only I love shooting by the columns closer to it, and I also love shooting in the middle of the street, because over here, let me give you, if you flip like this, look at this. You have this beautiful thing, and then you have your client right here, and then you just have this beautiful architecture in the back. It looks super cool. Absolutely love it. So this is Broome and Green Street. If you want to shoot, this is a great place to shoot. Either side is just perfect for that. Guys, I really love this side for photos, but this is my preferred side because that one is a lot cleaner. But because it's sunny right now, so trying to come during the day. Really nice. I love this. So pretty. Oh, and you can also go by rails and take some over here, but I don't really like the brick, so maybe sometimes over here. But I think, oh no, I forgot one spot, which is by In Other Stories over there on Mercer and Prince Street. It has a beautiful green over there, so it's really nice to take pictures by there. So that's another area. But other than that, I think those are like all my favorite spots to take pictures in Soho. Another spot that I actually love also, it's on Worcester Street, my least favorite spot to take pictures in Soho, but by TB has this like beautiful kind of like peachy color buildings, so you can actually take some photos by there. But those areas are really like the main ones, honestly. You won't even have to go to Worcester if you don't need to. And if you're still shooting in Soho, you want both street style and beautiful majestic architecture, come here on Center Street and Grand. And this is one of the grandest buildings. It used to be something, now it's converted into apartments, and here you can actually shoot. This reminds me of either London or Paris. So if I'm here, I want like cool architecture, this is the building that I usually come to. And what's great about it, on the other side there's like some bushes of greens. It is very beautiful to take picture. right next to, I actually shot with my client I think the other day, over here on these steps. So you have that beautiful architecture here if you want to take some photos, like she was like right here, right there. So yeah, I think that's about it on all my Soho spots, honestly.